When it comes to cars, Americans appear to have a fondness for the Japanese. However, the Japanese do not seem to reciprocate this affection towards Americans. Japanese car brands enjoy significant success in the United States. Many of the top-selling automakers in America hail from Japan, and their products seem to hold sway over entire sales segments and receive critical acclaim. Japanese automakers sell such a large number of cars in the US that they actually employ a considerable workforce of American workers in factories across the country. Japanese automakers are responsible for manufacturing one-third of all vehicles produced in the United States. However, they do not seem to be interested in American-made SUVs, pickup trucks, muscle cars, or any vehicle manufactured in Detroit. In 2017, Ford completely withdrew from the Japanese market, while General Motors maintains a small presence, having sold only 700 cars in Japan in 2018, despite being the largest American automaker. There is a divided opinion on why this is the case and what actions, if any, should be taken. President Donald Trump, along with the U.S. Automotive Trade Associates, has criticized the trade imbalance, attributing it to Japanese protectionism. While there are no Japanese tariffs on U.S. imports, critics argue that various technical barriers hinder American companies from selling in Japan. In the United States, when regulations are set regarding fuel economy, safety, communication standards, or any other aspect, all automakers selling and producing in the country are involved in the decision-making process. However, in Japan, the regulatory compliance process is more closed off. It follows a "these are the rules and you must comply" approach. Japanese producers and suppliers have input, but external companies doing business there face significant barriers. Nonetheless, some industry experts argue that this is not the real issue at hand. Instead, the rarity of US cars in Japan, the world's third largest car market, can be attributed to Japanese consumer preferences, enduring but outdated stereotypes regarding the quality of American cars, and the distinct way customers in Japan shop for vehicles. It is crucial to acknowledge that Japanese brands overwhelmingly dominate the local roads, with more than 95% of cars sold in the country being Japanese. The remaining portion consists mainly of higher-end European luxury vehicles and sports cars. This is partly due to the specific needs of the Japanese market. Space is incredibly limited, leading to the popularity of Kei cars, which are tiny vehicles preferred by drivers maneuvering through narrow streets and crowded cities. Kei cars alone account for 40% of the Japanese market, and US automakers do not produce them. Conversely, Americans excel in manufacturing larger vehicles, particularly pickup trucks and large sport utility vehicles. In recent years, American automakers have scaled back or discounted their lines of compact vehicles, which often still tend to be larger than their Japanese counterparts. Interestingly, many Japanese vehicles sold in the United States, ranging from sedans like the Toyota Camry to pickups, are not particularly popular in Japan. Detroit automakers hold less than 1% market share, with Jeep being one of the best-selling American brands, selling around 10,000 vehicles annually in Japan. The car buying experience in Japan would likely surprise many Americans, who often consider a trip to the dealership as a necessary but unpleasant task. Japanese business culture emphasizes service and hospitality, and auto dealerships are no exemption. Japanese dealerships offer customers meticulous service, and the car buying process differs significantly from the traditional experience in the US. While American shoppers often select a car from the available inventory at a dealership, Japanese buyers can often customize a car from a catalog and have it made specifically for them within weeks. Japanese automakers can accomplish this thanks to a robust local supply chain and local factories. Additionally, the quality of service provided by dealership is typically high, with amenities such as cafes and complimentary car washes. Dealerships also maintain long-term relationship with customers, following up with them, sometimes even years after their purchase. Foreign automakers in general have encountered challenges in adapting to this sales approach. Moreover, the Japanese have long held perceptions of American cars as inefficient and unreliable. This perception, albeit somewhat outdated, stems from the period between the 1960s and 1980s, when Japanese brands were on the rise while American automakers faced criticisms and scandals related to vehicles like the Chevrolet Vega, AMC Gremlin, Ford Pinto, and Chevrolet Corvair. Although American manufacturers have significantly improved the fuel efficiency of their engines in the recent years, the historical reputation of some gas-guzzling American cars persists when compared to cars made elsewhere. The baggage of these perceptions continues to impact the perception of American vehicles in Japan. Meanwhile, the Japanese automakers gained prominence in the industry, largely due to their reputation for building reliable and fuel-efficient cars. It is worth noting that American autos have made substantial progress in narrowing the reliability gap over the years, with cars overall being able to travel more miles on the road compared to a decade ago. US automakers firmly believe that they would be better equipped to compete in Japan if the country removes barriers that hinders business operations. For Detroit, Japan is just one of the international markets where US automakers have faced challenges. All three Detroit automakers have encountered difficulties in South America and Europe. Additionally, China, as the world's largest car market, presents its own set of challenges with slowing economic growth, increased competition, and trade disputes. Without any change, US automakers could potentially be reduced to being American companies solely focused on selling trucks and SUVs to the American market. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more insightful content. And let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, drive safe.